And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the final round of the Five Cup number 10 group stage. I do apologize for that extended break, but I hope you enjoyed the brutal OSC nonetheless. We have returned here with our final series of this broadcast, and spawning in the top left-hand corner of Persephone, we have the blue Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing Quasar. It is Art. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the red Zerg player representing himself. I believe currently teamless. From the land of Belarus, it is Nikich. Here we go. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim this series. Best of luck in the chat. As a reminder, this is a final qualifying match. The winner of this series will make it through into the playoffs. The loser will be knocked out here and now in today's broadcast. As a reminder, this tournament is twofold. It's 2 days, 2-day events. We have day one, which is today, which is the group stage. Tomorrow is the playoff bracket. So we do cut the player base in half essentially to make it through into the next round, into those playoffs. There are currently 3 series ongoing at the same time. Currently, we do have GG Machine versus Tiger, we have UED Soldier versus Bassett, and we have Art versus Nikich. And we know what we wanted. We want the adepts. We want the adepts, Swappy. Now, we did cover Art earlier against Wayne. He had a very intense series, and both games, I would say that Art took a lead. Art, he was ahead. He was in a more dominating position against Wayne, both in game 1 and game 2, and it slipped through his fingers. Wayne recovered in both games. He had some crazy comebacks in that series, and Wayne to take it 2-0. But we'll see how Nikich compares. We'll see if he can do the same. We'll see if he can keep up. We'll see if even Nikich takes a different approach as well, as Wayne was more often than not just reacting to Art. Here we could see Nikich try to be the aggressor instead. For now though, we're going to be settling in. We are expecting a Stargate opener, but interesting positioning here with the pylon. Pylon are further back in between the bases, which means we can try to hide some tech. We don't have to, but it is an option. Oh, as the Stargate gets thrown down. The Stargate is a little bit further in. The Overlord has to commit a little bit harder to actually confirm what's going on, and the Overlord will not confirm the tech. Alright, of course, Gamba time. Gamba time! Make sure you got your predictions in while you could. Make sure you got the Gamba going. As now Nick is going to be claiming that third base. Hatchgas spool to a third. Oh, good. Sorry, I just sneezed. So far, so good. And just hatch gas full. Hatch gas full. Going to be joining, going to be saturating. Link speed is on the way. Does pull out of gas, so we're not rushing into anything too crazy tech wise. No Bane Bust, no fast lair. At the same time, Art opening up Void Ray. Okay, I mean, now it makes sense why the Stargate was further back, to try to bait the Overlord further into the bases. The Overlord did fail to confirm the tech of choice, and with this Void Ray opener, we can go Void Ray into Glaive Adepts. We can go Void Ray into a second Stargate, into Sky Toss. We have options. Or Void Ray into Oracle, into a standard game, into a third. Speaking of, Probe moves out. The Void Ray has arrived. Probe is ready to expand. Meanwhile, early Roach Horn here out of Nikich playing safe. It does cancel once he sees a Void Ray. It does cancel that Roach Horn. He recognizes, okay, it's not a Twilight Council opener. And we go Void Ray into a Robo follow-up. Okay, interesting. That is a Robo before Forge, a Robo before Twilight Council. This looks like an Archon drop. This does look like an Archon drop opener. This should be a Robo into a Twilight Council into a Templar Archives. And the Robo built to make the War Prism. I'm assuming this is going to be, again, an Archon drop based opener. But we'll see. We'll see if Art does have a bit of a different twist or flair to this. As where's that Twilight Council? You're expecting it to be thrown down. Meanwhile, safety timing with the Roach Horn. Yep, there it is. Forge and Twilight Council on the way. Is going to be Observer first from Nikich, sorry, from Art. Nikich keeping up with the Void Ray. So far, so good. It is keeping up. Oh, hello. I assumed it was going to be Archon drop. My apologies. We are rushing into a fast Bay. Rushing into fast Colossus. I mean, technically, this could be a disruptor drop based opener, which is very out of meta. For good reason. Players, they got so much more better at abusing it and punishing it and shutting it down. So this should be for Colossus. And we could be looking to hit a timing with +2. +1 is on the way. We will see if we head towards +2. And if we commit with something like a 3 base kind of +2 all in, +2 timing with Colossus. So we're building up. Yo, meanwhile, a big shout out here to KJ Freedom in the chat. Gab, thank you so much. Thanks so much, KJ, for the raid. Heard about a great stream. Heard about a great time. I did hear that the new season of FSL was being announced. So if it was related to said FSL season, hope it was worth it. I mean, hope it all came together nicely, or it's soon to be announced. Looking forward to it. So big shout out to KJ. Looking forward to the FSL. Always. As we had this, it is going to be a Spire. So Nikich working towards mutas. Interesting. Dodge right on the Spire, working towards muta tech. Likewise, Colossus are amassing here for art. Building up this Colossus. Yeah, shout out to KJ, again, the owner of Sidestorm Gaming. And very dedicated, very passionate as well. Yeah, the FSL is just a really fun initiative. Very fun initiative. The overseer is going to be hunted down. And we can see that art again. He's still just building up and backing up. +1 is almost complete. Prism is on the way to move out. Blink is almost done as well. And on the one hand, I mean, the Spire hasn't been scouted. We can commit into mass muta to harass across the map. That is true. But can art survive the push? Can he survive the move outs? Because this is going to hit hard. Again, a massive gateway explosion. 5 more gates on the way. Here come the Colossus. Art, he commits. Prism is alongside this as well. And this is going to be a tough hold. We have 6 mutas on the way. Again, the ground army here is lacking 14 roaches. We have 37 lings. Ravagers now morphing in. Okay. Working towards those Ravagers. Needs a little bit more time. Art's moving in for the kill. Lings, they attempt this around. Nice force fields. Very nice force fields. Ravagers, they try to rush past. The Lings are cleaned up. Oh, and they don't really get much done here. And Biles, they graze the army. But the Lings, they evaporate. And now it's go time. Now, Art, it's time for him to commit, to push in. Mutas, they come in from behind. They go for the Prism. Oh, nice link, but the Prism does fall. No more reinforcements. More Prisms being rebuilt. Back at home. Is on the way. And now there's no way to juggle those Colossus. Ravager moving in. Nice movement here by Art. Oh, that's a lot of Roach Ravager. And Artie's running out of force fields. Again, he needs that War Prism. Does need it. Behind this. Oh, catching at the meters. But Art is all in. Like, bear that in mind. Like, behind there's no fourth. There's no fourth expansion. It's all or nothing for Art. And he's kiting well. Kiting well. Nice catch with the... Oh my god, the force fields. They lock down the army. Locks down some Roaches and Ravagers. Art trading very efficiently. The Prism has arrived. And again, now there's only one Mutalisk. Alright, he can just double down. +2 has begun. Once again, Nikich going for a counter attack, hoping to force that offensive warp in. And try to catch out some workers as well. Yeah, here we go. We go for the massive blink. We dive in the army. Ravagers are exposed, and Art is done it. Art, he is done it. He has broken the main army. And yes, there is some damage being done across the map. Some probes are going to be falling. Some economic damage is being done. But there's that defensive warp in, and Art, his main army is not being stopped. And GG gets called. Art, he will overwhelm, and Art, he will take game number 1. Ooh, GG. Art, he will take the first game. He'll take a lead in the series. Ooh, and again, like, that was my concern here with Nikich, is that yes, he was going for an unscattered Spire, which was great and all, but we saw that he wasn't able to get much done with it because he was trying to defend against an all-in, right? An all-in was just barreling across the map. The Mutas, they did snipe the Prism, which was nice, it was a good start, but that's all they did. And it was an expensive snipe then, for what, 5-6 Mutas for 1 War Prism. Likewise, the force fields are brutal, the Ling dive was not worth it. Remember, initially, the fight began with the Lings diving on the army, and Art, he force fielded, he kited back, he cleaned up all the Lings, then he could focus on the Roaches thereafter. Nice force fields after that as well. The force fields were on point for Art. GG. GG, Art, he does take a lead in the series. Now we're getting the game number 2. Let's go. Getting into game 2. We go as we are getting into our next game, as we're continuing the series here, getting to game number 2. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner of Tokamak, we have the red Protoss player, the red Protoss player himself, leading the series 1-0. It representing Quasar, it is Art. And spawning in the top right hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the red Zerg player down in the series. We'll see if he can bounce back. We'll see if he can make a series out of this. The pressure's on. It is Nikich. Let us go. So we're going to be settling in. Be settling in, and again we did see that Archie did go for something a little bit different. Now in his series against Wayne, Archie went for different variations of Glaive Adepts. True. This time he went into a Stargate opener, into a Robo, not into Archon drop, if you recall. Like, that's what I was waiting for, the Archons, but no, he went for a Robo follow-up into Fast Colossus. Something more unique, something more specialized, something more committed, of course. And I mean, it worked out well, did work out well in Persephone, but now we're leading into a larger map, right? This is a larger map with a map pool, longer rush distance by ground. Because of that, those kind of aggressive builds are going to be a little bit more difficult to really pull off. So we'll see how Art adjusts. I don't expect to see the same build, no shot. What I will say coming into Tokamak is that I actually really like the idea of going into Mutas more on this map, more so than Persephone, just because the map itself is safer to do on. But I don't like the idea of going for Mutas 2 games in a row. That's the problem here. Like, I like the idea of doing it on Tokamak, but after it failed on Persephone, now Art is going to be a lot more on notice, right? Now he's a little more aware to be looking out for something like Muta play after he saw it in game 1. So it is a rough position here for Nikich. We'll see if he goes into Mutas again, we'll see if he goes into more standard play or something different. Meanwhile, once again, Stargate opener out of Art. Does open Stargate. Stargate. Behind this Art just building up. So is Nikich getting his 3rd. Joining back at home, and we have yet to really determine our initial tech follow-ups. Not yet. There we go. It's going to be Void Ray first here out of Art, 2 games in a row. Last game went to the Void Ray to hide a Robo. This time, what are we hiding? What's the plan? So moving out. go. As likewise, we have Nikich going for his earlier Roach 1, very early Roach 1 actually. That was what, a 330 Roach 1 timing from the side of Nikich. Likewise, Art once again Robo. This looks like the same build. This looks like the same build 2 games in a row. It looks like Art is rushing to Colossus again. Meanwhile, we do see Nikich. He wants to be the aggressor. He's matching up Roach. He's not droning. Yeah, he's not droning. The queens are walking across the map. He's going for the all-in. It's going to be a Roach Queen walk across the map. No drop lords, no taxi, no lair, no nothing. Just straight up walking across. Let's go. Now, Art, he'll have defensive immortals. Because of the Robo follow-up, immortal production has already begun. That is going to be a big factor here when it comes to the defense. But I don't think he can save the third. And again, he has no confirmation. Doesn't see what's coming his way. He moves out to harass, which means he misses the main army pushing right down mid. There's no saving this. There's no saving, and it's going to finish, which means no cancel, no refund. Oracle hits the natural. Yep, the army has arrived. Artie's getting caught with his pants. The pants are down. The pants are down. This base will fall, but you can see Nikich. He knows that the base is forfeit, so he just ignores it. He's going for the kill. No shield batteries. Yeah, no shield batteries. Nice force field. Lings, they catch out a Stalker. Stalker goes down. Ravager's trying to move in. Files don't quite connect. The Void Ray does race back. I mean, that's what the Queen's up for. Void Ray taking a lot of damage. And the Void Ray is going to fall. So 2 Queens remaining. Oh, he locks down one of the Immortals. Nikich, he might just barely have enough here. It's close. It's very close. The Immortal pulls away. The shield battery's not done. Probes are not being pulled, but the shield battery will complete in time. Shield battery completes. And with that Art, he will hold. He will hold, and he will save the third. Oh, no. The third is safe. Art, he's up in probes, he's up in bases. Nikich, he has to at least kill the expansion. I don't know if he can, though. Not anymore. Yeah, he cannot. He cannot kill the expansion. Nikich is going to be forced back. He was so dedicated to that all-in. He had to end the game then and there. He had to break the natural. Remember, Art, he missed the scout. He missed the move out. It was a late reaction, late response, late everything out of Art. But he still holds. He still does hold on. Oh no, the force field. He locks down the Zerglings. Oh my god. For the most part, some of them do slip away. Ah, no. Get out of here. Brutal force fields. And Art is looking good. Art, he's looking solid. Oh boy. Art, he's looking very much so in form here. And Nikich, he knows he can't drone. Yeah, this is the correct choice. The correct choice here is second all in. Second all in. It's all or nothing. Takes down one of the sentries. Prism has the right to juggle, to micro, to pull back. And you can see here Nikich, he's running out of units, he's running out of Lings, running out of Roaches as well. He's going to be overwhelmed, and with that Art, he has done it. He will break the army, break the Roach Ravager. Nikich, he doesn't really have much left over. Down to 2 Ravagers, a handful of Lings. He only has 33 drones, doesn't really have an economy to work with. It was close. He almost got the second immortal. Almost broke the natural. It was unfortunate that Art did go for a Robo follow-up though. It meant that there were earlier immortals than there should have been in a standard game. And with that, with a warp in, Art, he will seal the deal here. GG gets called. He breaks on through, and Art, he will take the series 2-0. Advancing on to the playoffs. GG. GG, well played, Art. He will advance on to the playoffs. My condolences to Nikich. Nikich, again, he had a hard time keeping up with Art. Game 1 was quite close. Game 2, even here as well, was very clutch as well when it came to his own all-in, but barely was unable to break through the defenses. Again, it was just unfortunate that it happened to be a Robo follow-up, so there were just Immortals. At that stage of the game, in a standard game, there wouldn't be Immortals because it would be a work towards a Twilight Council into Blink. Blink wouldn't even be done, and there'd be Stalkers to defend, and a handful of Adepts. But alas, it wasn't a standard game, right? Like, Art did not play standard, he did go for his own quirky builds, and it meant that he had access to early immortals. GG. GG, well played. With that almost hard counter. I say almost hard counter because it was still a clutch hold just because Art didn't see it coming. So, like, his shield batters were late. They should have been done earlier, but because they were so late, so delayed, it meant that it was a bit of a more chaotic defense. But GG. GG, well played. And with that, Art, he will claim it. He will claim the series. And with that, I believe there's only one series remaining. I believe there's only one remaining here. It is between GG Machine and Tiger. That is the final series. And as a result, we can refresh the brackets and catch up what's been going on, catch up on those matches. Let's go. Okay. We haven't really had the chance to go over the Wikipedia page, but !B in the chat to have a look at the Wikipedia page yourself. You can see here we have our group. We have quite a stacked bracket ahead of us here that we were working through, of course. We had Strange and Shameless. Undefeated. Strange, who was able to take down Vaxroad, Milky Cow, and Bassett to make it through in first place. We then had Shameless taking down Replicant, Art, and Nikich to come through in, I guess, quote-unquote first/second place. Again, 3-0 and 3-0 for Strange and Shameless. We then had Nikich and Milky Cow making it through as well in third and fourth. Alongside Wayne, so with 3-1 score lines, they did come in quote-unquote like second place. We had Nikich taking down Tiger and Wayne, lost to Shameless. We had Milky Cow taking down Mini Zerg, and GG Machine did lose to Strange, and Wayne taking down Cygnus. Tiger did lose to Nikich. They also took down some final players. Can I zoom out? There we go. Nikich also took down Bassett to qualify for the playoffs. Milky Cow took down UD Soldier, and Wayne took down Art. So those were our next qualified players. Scrolling down a little bit further, we had UD Soldier. UD Soldier, he lost to Art, took down Replicant, Ice Up, and he also... Scroll back. He lost to Milky Cow, but did defeat Bassett, so barely UD Soldier does make it through. Likewise, Art, we just covered this series here. So Art took down UD Soldier, Vaxru, and took down Nikich as well. That did just wrap up. So Art also qualifies for the playoffs. And now we have one series left, Tiger and GG Machine. Again, they've been both very back and forth when it comes to their own respective matches. Only one of these two will make it through. Only one. And again, that has been the entirety of the groups or of the group stage so far. As you can see here, just this final round, just this final PvZ ongoing. And that leads into the playoffs, and that's going to be tomorrow. Tomorrow, you can see here in 19 hours time is going to be the playoffs. That's going to be after Sparkling Tuna Cup. It's going to be an intense night of StarCraft. We're going to be going Tuna Cup into, of course, into this playoff bracket. So one tournament into the other. That's going to be tomorrow evening. So it's going to be a very intense night of StarCraft. A lot of StarCraft, a lot of content, a lot of matches. As always here on the CranKy Ducklings, as always. And we made it, we made it again. I do apologize for being very low energy and being very sleepy for the first, I want to say 2 rounds. Like round 1 and round 2, I was like, I was struggling to hold on. We woke up like midway through round 3, and then round 4, round 5, I was more satisfied. More satisfied with our casting, more satisfied with our stream, with our content. But again, these first 2 rounds, I was very out of it. Very out of it. But regardless, GG well played. We did make it through. We did survive the event, of course, and with that, congratulations to our qualified players. From that, again, GG Machine and Tiger, they're mid-series, and I believe they're going to be wrapping up soon as well. I think they're in the final game, so most likely we're going to be wrapping up here and now. When it comes to the rest of our schedule, we were going to be casting here and now. You can actually see it on the schedule on Sunday. We're going to be doing a show match. We're going to be covering some show matches. Show match catch up. That would have been at 10 a.m. my time. It is currently 6 a.m. so that would have been in 4 hours time, which I could do. I could still do it, to be honest. But I think it'd be wiser to get some proper sleep, just because tonight is a double broadcast, right? At tonight, you can see Sparkling Tuna Cup at 7 p.m. there on Sunday, and then it's the playoffs of this tournament right after that, so it's back-to-back. So I think it would be wise for me to get as much sleep as possible before Sparkling Tuna Cup, to make sure that I'm properly well-rested and I can, commit. I can commit, papi. So that is what I'm hoping for. Otherwise, GG. Otherwise, GG, well played. Otherwise, with that, we are going to be wrapping up. And I hope you'll enjoy yourselves. Hope you all did enjoy yourselves here, as we are going to be wrapping up our coverage for today. When it comes to next week, likewise, we'll have a lot of catching up to do. We do have more catch-up streams with Kung Fu Cup, with StarCraft Evolution League, with Lil League Cup 40, with the CranKy Pro Series. What else do we have ahead of us here? CranKy Pro Series, with LATAM League. Of course, LATAM League is going to be on Thursday. We have Youth Thermal Studio 2 Circuit that we're catching up on. We have KSL, SDO, Cheeseadelphia is next weekend. True, Cheeseadelphia is next weekend. It's going to be next weekend as well, which we are getting ready for. And then GSL comes back next week. GSL also does come back. So yeah, we do have quite a stacked month, quite a very stacked month ahead of us. But it does look like at least this month we should be catching up on a bunch of our replays, on a bunch of our previously missed broadcasting and content. We'll catch up. Let's go. Feel bad. We've put back those show matches for quite some time, for like a month. We'll get there though. We'll get there. Otherwise, hope you all enjoyed yourselves. Hope you all had a great time. Hope you're able to enjoy, and I hope you're able to enjoy Stars Agora. I know Stars Agora is still ongoing as well. Still ongoing. I was actually about to raid CranKy. I was about to raid CranKy. Who can we raid actually? Let's have a look here. As yeah, we're going to be wrapping up. Again, you can follow us on all the socials, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Discord, all things CranKy Ducklings. And likewise, you can support us on Patreon as well. Otherwise, hope you all enjoy the night of StarCraft MSO into Firegrow Cup. And we'll see you guys next time. So now we're going to be heading off. Until then, ciao, papi, ciao. See you next time. See you tomorrow. Hasta luego.